Although the rain is needed in the big country, getting those showers a couple of weeks ago may be the cause of people noticing that their cars are a little sticky. Our Annabelle Tuggle has more on the ways, if any, to prevent this from happening again.
In the past week, you may have noticed a sticky film on your car, kind of like this one you see right here. A lot of people think that it's tree sap, but I went out to Willow Creek Gardens and spoke to the owner, who says it's actually something else.
Yeah, the sap comes from actually an insect, and it's kind of referred to as honeydew.
So why are these bugs called aphids just now getting honeydew on our cars?
We had a huge population growth right after the rain.
Owner Adam Andrews says people treat their trees in the early spring to prevent this from happening.
Even the preventative items are kind of late in the season for that.
But if you didn't treat your trees last spring, you can use an insecticide to spray the trees or spray them with a strong water hose to knock some of the bugs down. Over at Mr. Car Wash, Assistant Manager Andrew Berthelsen says the wash has seen an increase of cars showing up.
We hit on average between 800 to 900 cars every single day. The last maybe week, 2 weeks, we've been hitting over 1,000 cars a day. Probably our highest day, we hit over 1,200 cars.
Berthelsen says many people have been making comments about getting the tree sap off their cars.
You brush up against them accidentally and yeah, you get all sticky and gotta go wash your hands.
The owner at Willow Creek Gardens says that it's going to take a dry season or the leaves falling off the trees for the honeydew to quit falling off the cars. So until then, we're just going to have to deal with the sticky film on our cars. In Abilene, Annabelle Tuggle, KRBC, Abilene's local news.
Well, thanks, Annabelle. Andrews also says he has gotten an increase of phone calls, with many people wondering what to do to prevent this from happening. He encourages people to treat their trees during the spring.